Thank you for being here today. I'm Sheriff Carmine Marceno. Standing with me are members from our Major Crimes Unit, Fugitive Warrants Unit, 2nd Precinct Patrol, and Advanced Technology Support Unit. Every single day, these units work together to ensure the safety of our great community. On November 8th, just before 6 p.m., we received a call to the 300 block of Lake Avenue in Lehigh Acres in reference to a stabbing. Within 2 minutes, my family members arrived and located the victim suffering from multiple stab wounds to her chest. Ultimately, the victim died at the scene. Immediately, the members of the Major Crimes Unit responded to begin the homicide investigation, and what they learned was truly horrifying. Our victim traveled to Lehigh Acres with her children to spend time with friends and put up Christmas decorations. After several hours, a resident of the house went to get something out of the pantry and noticed the door seemed stuck. When she looked through the small opening of the door, she saw the suspect, 31-year-old Leos Bequesta de Armas, glaring at her holding a knife. The witness screamed in terror as the suspect ran past her and immediately attacked the victim. When the victim collapsed, de Armas got on top of her and continued to stab her multiple times. Once he was done, he stood up and ran from the residence, not saying one word. Detectives and analysts from the Real-Time Intelligence Center immediately began to collect information and learned that de Armas was traveling north through Florida, and his last known whereabouts were in Hardy County. Once this kill came in, our team did not stop for 1 second. Detectives from the Fugitive Warrants Unit and Advanced Technology Support Unit traveled to the area and immediately began contacting our partners at the Hardy County Sheriff's Office. On November 9th, Hardy County deputies and Fugitive Warrants detectives located de Armas and his vehicle and attempted to make contact. As soon as he saw law enforcement approaching, he sped away, leading them on a pursuit through Hardy County into Polk County. Once in Polk County, their team assisted with the ground and air assets, along with our amazing Highway Patrol FHP troopers, leading de Armas to a crash. He was taken into custody, and nobody else was injured. I can't thank my brothers enough in Hardy County, Sheriff Crawford, and in Polk County, Sheriff Grady Judd, and their teams, as well as the Florida Highway Patrol, for their immediate support to bringing this criminal into custody. De Armas will be charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer and fleeing, eluding, reckless disregard to personal property out of Polk County. Once he returns to my county in Lee County, he will be charged with second-degree murder and burglary with battery. In less than 24 hours, a violent criminal was taken off the streets. And we will work with our amazing State Attorney Amira Fox and her team to make certain de Armas will not have the opportunity to harm another person ever again. I would like to thank my entire team that you see who worked around the clock. Their dedication to the residents of Lee County is second to none. My thoughts and prayers go out to the victim and her family. I hope this arrest can bring some comfort to them as they deal with this tragedy in this difficult time. And I'll take some questions.
Is de Armas, is he a resident of Lee County?
No, so de Armas, our suspect, lives in Hialeah, and the ex-partner was in Lehigh putting up Christmas decorations, visiting a family friend when the incident happened.
So she is not local either. She's from Hialeah.
No, both the deceased and our suspect came from Hialeah, Florida. Diarmas has no criminal history, and out of the blue, here we are. Sad, tragedy, and my thoughts and prayers are with the family during this difficult time. This is a horrifying situation.
We've had a couple of instances in Lehigh Acres, specifically in the last couple of weeks, of domestic violence turning deadly. Is there anything that you want to say to victims out there, or anything you guys are doing to try to be proactive?
Domestic violence is incredibly hard to stop. Yeah, we can't physically knock on everybody's door and ask them, how is your situation? You have any domestic violence? But what we want people to know is recognize domestic violence and get out of that situation and get help as soon as possible before it turns deadly. It escalates, and a lot of times people are fearful to report. So know that your sheriff's office is here, and we need to get people out of those situations before it gets really bad.
You mentioned he faces burglary, among other charges. Just so that we get it clear on our end, was he invited to the home as well, or did he break into the home? What was, kind of the situation there?
So our suspect resides in Hialeah, Florida. The victim, unfortunately now deceased, was from Hialeah, Florida. They were at a residence, a friend's residence, putting up Christmas decorations. He was not invited to that residence. He basically stalked, went in, committed a burglary while inside and a battery, and here we are. He was hiding in a pantry closet. This is a sickening, horrifying incident, and our suspect is here legally from Cuba, and I will tell you that once he leaves Polk County, he's coming here, and we're going to work with our amazing, great state attorney, Amira Fox, to make sure he never sees light again. This is a unimaginable, horrific scene. And again, I can't thank the people that stand here with me, because once this call came in, we never stopped for a second. 24/7, we were taking details, investigating, building investigations, numerous different counties. Our Florida Highway Patrol did an amazing job. My fellow brother sheriffs did an amazing job. It's a team, and in Florida, one thing we do great is work extremely well together. And any type of investigation that leaves your county, sometimes there's a potential for it to lose its momentum. We only gain momentum in the state of Florida because of our great partners.
You said this was domestic in nature. Can you speak to what the suspect's relationship was with the victim?
So the suspect and the victim were domestic partners. They were in a relationship, so it was an ex-girlfriend. And again, it's so hard. People look and they say, well, this is three homicides, sheriffs, it's 3 incidents in the last 2 weeks, but they're domestic related. I will tell you, crime has never been lower in Lee County. We've never been safer in Lee County in every way. And, domestic situations are very difficult because we can't be inside someone's house. Unless they call us or unless we're called upon, it's very, very hard and difficult to really identify a domestic situation. But that's why we want people to get the help they need before it gets, to be fatal.
This was also a multi-county chase, as you had just mentioned. How long did this chase go on for?
Well, the initial investigation started immediately, right? And the people you see here worked all those details and investigated with multiple counties. But once he decided to take off from the police, from the sheriff's office, it was a very quick pursuit. Ended with him crashing and no one else being injured, which is most important. But you can run and you can flee, but you can't hide. And we would track him no matter where he went. He was coming back home to Lee County to face the charges on his horrific acts. There's no words to describe what I feel for the family.
Do we know where he was headed to when he started to flee? Was he headed to Hialeah or?
So he was heading towards North Florida. This investigation, obviously, from the very beginning, we're talking about only hours. So it's still unfolding, and we're still working. And this is just a small piece of the puzzle. Now we work with our great state attorney, Amira Fox, to ensure prosecution. But I will tell you, it took us straight through from Hardy County to Polk County. So at this time, it's unknown why he was traveling in that direction when he lived in Hialeah. But it was obvious that he was trying to flee and elude law enforcement. He knew exactly what he did, and he was on the run. And again, you can run, you can't hide. We'll catch you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.